All right, what is up, brothers and sisters? Today we're going to be talking about mandates, and I'm sure you know what I mean by that, so just bear with me for a moment as I give you the gospel, which comes out of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, 1 through 4. Paul, writing to the Corinthians, says, "Now, brothers and sisters, I want to remind you of the gospel I preached to you, which you received and on which you have taken your stand. By this gospel you are saved, if you hold firmly to the word I preached to you. Otherwise you have believed in vain. For what I received I passed on to you as of first importance, that Christ died for our sins according to Scriptures, that he was buried, that he was raised on the third day according to the Scriptures." And that's the gospel, brothers and sisters. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, 1 through 4. All right, I gave you the word. Now we're going to get to the topic of this video, which is about mandates. I received word the other day that New York City is going to be implementing some mandates of its own.
Let's talk about the big picture for the whole city, for the Bronx and all 5 boroughs in the fight against COVID. And I said last week this was only the beginning and we would be climbing up the ladder, more mandates to come. Well, today is that day. On September 13th, the entire city workforce will be mandated under the COVID safety mandate to either get vaccinated, which is far preferable, or get tested once a week.
Starting on September 13th, all city workers are going to have to either receive the ouch, you know what I mean, or they are going to have to undergo weekly testing. Now, I've talked about this in previous videos before about my university requiring students to receive the ouch, and you already know where I stand on this. So, you know, there's a lot going on right now. There's new developments and things like that. You have countries like Australia that are already seeing restaurants and other establishments bar people who have not gotten the ouch and have not been able to provide proper paperwork to show that they have been. So I want to play a video real quick from a pastor who has taken a stance not only on, the you-know-what, but on these babies right here, the masks. And I'm here to tell you that I wear this thing out all the time, all right? I went to see a film last weekend, and I sat through a whole 2-hour film wearing it. But let's take a listen to what this pastor has to say about people who show up to his church and enter his congregation wearing one of these masks. Let's take a listen.
Carrying the story of what I said this past Sunday when I said the Delta variant is nonsense. They're going for round 2 of the Democrat lockdowns. And if that takes place, I said, and I quote, "If you start showing up under our tent with a bunch of masks, I'm going to ask you to leave. We will escort you to the door." We're not playing. We're a place of faith, not a place of fear. We believe in healings and salvations and baptisms and restoration and revival. We believe in miracles, signs, and wonders. And we're going to talk about all this nonsense like, oh, everybody's got to sit 6 feet apart and you got to wear a mask. We will not allow it. We're a mask-free campus.
It's clearly evident that this guy isn't putting up with the fear. It's clear that he said, God has not given us a spirit of fear, because if we are of Christ, we walk in faith. All right. And 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7 says, again, God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and self-control. So many times in the Bible, it says, do not fear, do not fear, do not fear. So I think this is going to be a shorter video. I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. People are like, "Rossi, are you concerned?" And I'm like, no. Why? Because God did not give us a spirit of fear. You walk by faith, not by sight. You trust in God, and he will handle everything else for you, because the Lord is with you. If you draw near to him, God will draw near to you. James chapter 4, verses 7 through 8. So I'm going to give you Psalm 91, which is a psalm that I've memorized the first 7 verses of, that talks about protection, talks about abiding under God's, whatever it may be, residing in God, just being protected by God and trusting in God that he will keep you from harm. A very interesting psalm in the way that it's worded. It says, "He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him I will trust. Surely he shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler. Listen to this. And the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall have refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that walks in darkness, okay? Nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. You shall not be afraid of the pestilence that walks in darkness. That's Psalm 91. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Time, I believe, brothers and sisters, is short, but don't take my word for it. Go to God in prayer. Go read the scriptures for yourself. Stay informed, stay updated. And you will be seeing another video from me coming out this Sunday talking about something a little bit different that you are going to want to stick around for and stay tuned for. So I'll see you then when that comes out. Until then, God bless and be well.